What is school for? Feel free to call me slow, but I spent 16 years going to school, and I still don't know. When I finished, I didn't know how to do my own taxes, purchase a home, or apply for a loan. I didn't know a thing about investments, building credit, or getting a job. I graduated at the top of my class, and what did I have? This fancy diploma to sit at home with my mom. But luckily, they did teach me some important skills like factoring trinomials and how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I'm so happy I remember the Pythagorean theorem, because it helped me a lot. Okay, I'm lying. Let me stop. Because all the stuff they taught me, truthfully, I forgot. Mom, remember when you would ask me, what did you learn in school today? And I would say, nothing much. I wasn't being modest. The truth about it, Mom, is I had already forgotten. And it's not just me. Millions of students sing the same song. How many of you guys avoid eye contact with the teacher to try not to get caught upon? Afraid to raise your hand for fear of being wrong, which proves that school isn't an environment for learning or building up the intellect. It's just a game you play for grades and how many A's you can collect. But I guess what do you expect when the most commonly asked question in class is this gonna be on the test? Is this gonna be on the test? See, if school put learning instead of testing and memorizing as the top standard, then the letter F would not stand for failure. It would stand for find another answer. And if school was really interested in our personal and academic success, students would wake up later, have more freedom, and homework a lot less. And that's not my opinion. This conclusion has been scientifically tested and proven. And any teacher that doesn't believe me, feel free to check my works cited page to inspect. Oh, and I did it in MLA format because I know that's all you will accept. See, students would get more benefit from an extra hour of sleep than putting them through the torture of an extra essay, reading 150 pages, doing problems 1 through 60 on the worksheet, and having 3 projects due by the end of the week. Not only is it pointless pain, but it's also dim-witted, because we get so much work, but they don't teach the time management skills to deal with it. See, in school, we are controlled by bells. We have to learn in rooms with the feng shui of a prison cell. We have to ask permission to relieve bodily functions, but not before the teacher asks a million questions like, why didn't you go before class? I'm sorry, my bladder is kind of on its own schedule and it's not always timely. See, teachers always say, use your time wisely. But that never made sense to me. Because these 6 cruel hours of our lives we call school might literally be the worst use of time management ever in history. Think about it. The traditional teaching method is foolish. No, it's useless, multiplied by the square root of stupid. What they do is they cram information in your head, force feeding you, and then you throw it up on the test. That's not education. That's bulimia. And the more bulimic you are, the better you will do on their assessments. So it's no wonder why so many students graduate mentally and emotionally anorexic. See, school teaches you how to memorize dots. True education should teach you how to connect them. True education teaches you how to catch a fish. School teaches you, yeah, you caught the fish, but you didn't show your work, so it doesn't count. Throw it back. I'm just asking, what is school for? It's not education. That's just not true. If you still think that, you might be sniffing glue. See, the word education comes from the Latin root educe, meaning bring out, i.e. bring the gifts out of a person and make them viable. But school doesn't bring out much. It just stuffs more facts inside of you. Now, some of that stuff is justifiable. We need reading, writing, and some arithmetic. That's fair. But are you telling me metamorphic and igneous rocks are more important than self-care? If suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death of ages 10 to 24, and Harvard studies suggest the biggest predictor for success is self-control and emotional health, then why the heck aren't we taught how to handle stress, bullies, or rejection? How about anxiety or depression? You know, skills we need for our entire lives. Bro, I don't even know how to cook. I'm honestly surprised I'm still alive. But hey, at least I can name all the battles that happened in the Civil War. Seriously, what is school for? Some say you need it to be successful, and that's something we do not doubt. But do you own a MacBook or iPhone? Did you know they both were created by a dropout? Are you watching this video on Facebook or YouTube? Doesn't matter which you choose. They both were created by dropouts. Ever use Snapchat, WhatsApp, shopped at Whole Foods? Well, thank a dropout. Does your home furniture come from IKEA? Okay, don't get the wrong idea. He was not a dropout. Don't be a fool. I mean, how could he drop out? Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, never even went to school. I know what you're thinking. He's just picking and choosing. There's millions who didn't go to school that aren't successful. Who is he fooling? And you're right. But open your history books and start perusing. You'll find the very people we idolize in school never really had formal and/or secondary schooling. I'm talking George Washington, Abe Lincoln. America's best presidents had zero school between them. Ben Franklin, Thomas Edison, shall I proceed? Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain, Teddy Roosevelt, Margaret Mead. Now please, I'm not saying drop out, because some schools are great and many teachers are rare treasures. I'm saying that there's a difference between people who are smart and people who score better. I'm saying that your future is something that no test will ever measure. Even if that test begins in 3 letters like SAT, ACT, it's BS if they say those determine your LIFE. No, your destiny is in your hands. You must shape it to be great. So don't expect school to open doors, because it's more likely to slam them in your face. Sometimes I wonder about all the dreams lost in school and how much potential goes to waste. If it wasn't for music and YouTube, then I would have been just another lost case. Everybody watching this, please, close your eyes. Imagine a child sitting in the back of some teacher's class in some town. He never raises his hand, he fails most of his classes, but inside of him, there is a passion. And if nurtured and brought out, will lead him to discover the cure for cancer. But you see, I'm afraid that child's gift will never come out. He will never win the Nobel Prize award because in class he was ignored and his worth was judged only by his scores. So teachers, principals, parents, advisors, and students, I ask one more time, what is school for?
Yo, I'm going to say, this is Run Tell That. This is Run Tell That. This is Run Tell That. And y'all got, with regards to education, education comes from the word educere. That's part of origin, which means bring forth to pull out. All right. I don't know why the show disclaimer came up. But anyway, well, we probably do need to have a disclaimer because I just like, look, we got Austin Malik X in the house. This is Run Tell That. And then, oh my God, I said I need to run. We got Jake the Snake Shabazz in the house. Oh my God, we got Jake the Snake Shabazz. Oh my God. And then we got Brother Black in the house. Oh my God.
Peace and blessings to everybody, man.
Peace and bless. Oh, my God. Brother Jabril in the house. Oh my God.
Peace, family.
I'm just gonna be quiet, right? I can't even say nothing. These are bombs. We got bombs. We got bombs right now. And so, Brother Jabril, who are you? We want the people to know. We tell everybody out there, share. And we're on platform Facebook and also YouTube channel. So, Brother Jabril, who are you?
I'm the owner of the Trap Water Company. I own a food and beverage manufacturing company in Jacksonville, Florida. We service companies like the Marriott Hotel, Hilton Hotel, and things of that nature. And just brother in the community is hoping to improve the state of our community.
All right. Brother Malik, who are you?
Savannah State graduate, a black man, member of the Nation of Islam. Yes, sir.
All right. Brother Black. Brother Black.
Yes,
Brother Black, who are you?
I am a man of all trades. I went to FSCJ, EWC, and UNF. I am currently working to take care of myself, and in the nearest future, I will be teaching America's children and our children as well.
All right. Brother Max, who are you?
How you doing? I'm Brother Max. I am a young black male. I am a real. Well, how did my brother put it? I'm a reformation. Like,
A Reformation specialist.
there we go, specialist. There we go, brother. Help me out. How y'all doing tonight?
You see this, Max? Max, you see this? This is for you. This is for you. Yeah.
I ain't even worried about. Man, come on, dog. Don't do me like that. All right, now. How y'all doing tonight?
And to our brother Jacob Shabazz, who are you?
Just another black man in America. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father, student of the Most High. You know.
Out here in nature.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So this is brothers. So everybody out there, we said everyone out checking out the show, share. And what's going on? We got brothers having conversations. And so one thing we're gonna go just engage in this right now. We talk about, I talk about the 5 E's, the 5 E's that they involve esteem, education, environment, economics, and empowerment. So when you think about when you think about empowerment, how do you feel? What's your thoughts with regards to that? How do we infuse that in our community? What must we do? Brother Jabril, what's your thoughts with regards to that?
Well, when I hear the 5 E's, the first thing that comes to mind, brother, is
I'm just saying on the first one, we're talking about empowerment right now. But when you hear empowerment, how do you think? How do you perceive empowerment? What's your thoughts with regards to empowerment?
Empowerment with that. The first thing that pops in my mind is ownership, brother. You can't have power, you can't have any say so unless you have ownership in whatever it is you're involved in. So I think the primary goal in trying to achieve empowerment would be ownership.
Okay. All right. Brother Austin Malik.
Giving all power back to the people. Removing the power that we put into these corporations, giving them back to, our people hand to hand. I think that's the main way, because all power does go to the people, but it's a way to do that, and it's a way to distribute that power. We have to start taking it from these corporations and these government entities who don't have our best interests at heart, and start realizing that power within each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Brother Black, empowerment.
Honestly, I feel as if the faster we get back to the Creator and all, that'll be the most empowering thing for our people, because tangible things have an end. Anything that man's created will end, but man is an element of God, and he will not end. And as soon as they realize that, we will be empowered beyond creation of what man can do or stop us doing.
Okay. Brother Max, empowerment.
Empowerment starts with looking in the mirror and not only telling yourself, but applying that you are somebody. We have to realize not only that we are somebody, that we are gods. So like we can't just look at ourselves as the average N-word or just the average joke. We have to realize that. So that's where it starts at. But it also is going to your brother, letting him know that he is also somebody. He is also a God. And then from there, we can empower our community. And from empowering our community, then we can empower a city. But, that's when empowerment comes to mind for me.
All right. And Brother Jacob Shabazz.
All right. Like Nana used to say, knowledge is power. The power is the key word in the word empowerment, right? And for us to empower the community, we need to strengthen a thorough knowledge of self and love, and spread love throughout our communities. I think it begins there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Sure, I could go on all day, but I don't know, we only got an hour.
Well, with regards to that's why I say we want to delve into this right here, and that and what Sister Deidre Murray, glad to have you checking us out. She threw it out there and said that it's economic power. And so with power also, it comes down to with regards to organization with regards to systems, and then again, I'm going to throw it out there and say that power involves us having control of our communities, that protecting our community, that we dictate how our communities are protected, how our communities are organized, how they function. And that community also pertains to us as individuals. So with regards to that power, because Frederick Douglass discussed that, power conceives without a demand, never has, never will. And that what I see with some African people, not all of us, not any of you brothers on here, that we concede. We concede. We don't go and try to address and take power for ourselves. And so I'm just throwing it out there, saying good part of that as well, with regards to political systems that impacts us with regards to all endeavors of our lives. So we look at that with regards to power and what that's about. And we're going to involve or delve into something else, another aspect. And, this is what Sister Deidre threw out there. Economics. When you hear about economics, what comes to your mind with regards to us? What must we be doing with regards to economics, development of economics? And Brother Austin Malik.
Just to kind of tie it into the last point as well, I think I heard something one time and it says power is an acronym that stands for people organized working together for economic rebirth. And so to tie those 2 points in, how do we obtain power? And what is this like? What do we need to know about economics? Well, we have to get together with some people and work together for our economic rebirth. And that's just how I want to start off a conversation with economics.
All right, Brother Black.
When it comes to economic power, it could be subject to a lot of different things. First, we got to realize that power is not innocent. So if we build money, that could happen overnight. Like you can find money in the street, but what is money if you don't know how to keep it? And what is money if not applying it for the right things? Like it could be a great math equation for each family to put in a certain amount of money, and we could all get that money up and gather it up and have a bank. But what is the bank if everybody's trying to be the manager of the bank? We have to delegate. There has to be a lot of, like you said, organizing amongst the community, and it has to be togetherness. And we got to realize that a lot of people don't know what we know. These brothers right here on this podcast, and we can't spite them for that. And we have to prepare ourselves to deal with people that don't know anything. And the more you can withstand your own, because they are own at the end of the day, just because they don't know no better, don't make them not our own. You'll be able to reach them, and they'll realize, well, at least he's working with me, and they'll start correcting themselves without us even having to correct them so much, and we can get back together economically.
All right, Brother Max.
With economics, I feel just honestly, before you can go there, you have to use another E, and that would be education, because education.
We're gonna get to education, Max. Oh my God, Max.
Yeah, before you talk about economics, you have to talk about education, because you have to have education of economics. Because I don't know about any other state, but I know in Florida, you only get one economics class before you graduate. That does not prepare you truly for what economics is or how to move about in the society that goes off of economics, consumerism, and such things like that. So yeah, we have to get education for preparation for talking about economics.
And I just had a bunch of people from Bethune with me today. I had a whole bunch of them.
Now you talking.
Brother Shabazz.
What's going on, God? Economics. Ownership. We need to learn as a people how to do for self and stop. We've been leaning too long on the white man's teeth, to put it ever so lightly. Definitely need to learn how to own things, build things for ourselves. We've been doing that for a long time, but I feel like we're just now getting back to a space where we're relearning what our people have built and have done. So. Yeah.
All right. Brother Jabril, now I'm going to say this to you. Why do I need to spend money with black people? Why do I need to spend money with black people? Why do I need to come support a black business? Why must I do that? It's a free country. I should be able to do whatever I want to do.
You should spend money with black people because black people have the interests of other black people. Black dollars fund companies, billion-dollar corporations like Coca-Cola that are invested in the destruction of the black community via poisonous chemicals and additives that they put in their products. And so it's important to spend money with black companies because those black companies have to use products themselves. So if those people are using or creating products or services that are beneficial to themselves, then they will offer that to their community, and the community can thrive. So we can get rid of this parasitic relationship that we have with bigger corporations and have more of a mutual relationship with people who are a part of our community who are also business owners by supporting them with our dollars.
All right. We're going to be delving more into that. And what we're going to do now, we're going to do some economics right now that we need to be doing with regards to our platform, that is Our Black Media. And we're going to take a break right now. We're going to come right back to you. This is Run Tell That with Brother Jacob Shabazz, Brother Jabril, Brother Austin Malik X, Brother Black, and Brother Max.
Oh, I mean, my friend, your Savannah homeboy, Clarence Thomas, made sure that I don't go to prison.
So Julius is in there talking to Trump. Oh, I'm telling.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
And we are back. This is Run Tell That. And we have with us Brother Jabril, Brother Jacob Shabazz. We have Brother Max. We have Brother Austin Malik with us, and Brother Black. We're all in the house. And we're engaging in this conversation. And we say to all of you out there looking at the show, support our supporters. And that is One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Garden City. Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Junior Boulevard. Chef Food and Gas. Don't ride by, stop by on Styles of Gwinnett Streets here in Savannah, Georgia. And the Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. And so we're back right now. So we go to this subject again, when, like I said, the 5 E's. And while I'm involved, education. What must we do? How must we educate our own? What must we do with regards to education? Brother Max.
In regards to education of our own, I think we need to first bring our kids back as students. It was the point in time where we had Miss Johnsons, we had Miss Pinckney's, we had Miss Martha's that were school teachers, but it's been long since that time period has ended. And we continue to be educated by people who miseducate us, not only about things in the world, but miseducate us about ourselves. So I feel that we should bring our children home to our own education systems. Forget, and it starts young. At a point in time, I know everyone wanted to go charter school and support, but education also starts at home, because before any other lady, Miss Gully or Miss whatever, Abalaba, Shabalaba Ding Dong, whatever the teaching may be, before she teaches your child 2 + 2, your child should know 2 + 2 from a home foundation, as well as any other things as far as ancestral existence and scientific. But yeah, that's where we can start at.
All right, Brother Black, education. What must we do to educate self? What must we do to be successful with regards to that?
That right there. We need to be at home reading. We need to take the cell phones away from our children, and we need to put books in their hands. I've been reading since I could stand. And when I tell you it's done nothing for me but give me things that people can't take away from me. That's all it's been doing my entire life. Now, granted, I might be biased because I'm in school to be a teacher. But what is education if not power? And what is power if not innocent? We like Max said, educating our kids at home is one of the UN laws. But I will say this: that's a very responsible thing that somebody would have to be doing. They'll be having to literally turn their entire house into a classroom. I got easels and dry erase boards all in my classroom. As you slowly start to educate yourself, you will transition without your permission. A lot of us don't want to do that, but we have to get back to that. It's like vegetables. Books and educations are vegetables for the mind, body, and soul. They feed us, and we've been fed by a lot of bull, and we got to get rid of that. And that's the keys to education right there.
All right. Austin Malik, education. How do we get back? What do we do with regard to that so as to have a proper education?
I'm at the age now where I realize people, my peers, they have children. So it would be responsible for me to say, if you are, fortunate or unfortunately, if your child is in the public school system, one thing you should be trying to do is make sure that you're at every parent-teacher conference. Make sure that the only time you talk, like if your child has a teacher, make sure that you talk to that teacher at least on a weekly basis. If not weekly, definitely you probably need to talk to them on a daily basis. But the parents and the teachers have to have a relationship. And it kind of ties back into what everyone else was saying, how we need to bring our children back to our own schools. We need to first be schooled at home. We need to know that 2 + 2 = 4 at home. But also 1 + 3 = 4. We need to learn that at home. So first things first, we have to educate ourselves at home as parents and as men. We need to educate our nephews and our smaller cousins and our little brothers or whoever we can find. Share knowledge. As my brother Black said, knowledge is just like food. In the Bible, knowledge is called food. It's called manna that falls down from on high, from the Most High. That is the knowledge that we acquire. We pass that on to somebody else. We're bringing light to others. So we have to remember that. We can educate each other, we can educate our peers, but we also have a responsibility to educate the babies. And if we are fortunate enough to have children, make sure that we have a relationship with the teachers. And we're at every parent-teacher conference. Because your teacher shouldn't know more about your child than you know about your child.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Jabril.
That's it. I think as far as education, we have to educate ourselves because the education system now doesn't educate a student on how to think. Our current education system is funded by the Rockefellers, who basically they created a system for the American Industrial Revolution. So John Rockefeller is coined in saying, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. And this is the person who funded the structure of today's education system. So we have to create an education system in which we can educate our children not just to work, but in how to think. But yes, sir, I think it's very important that we take our children from outside our own communities as far as where we source our education, because it shows in where our children fare versus where other communities' children fare, or other community children fare. They're teaching their children things outside of school, and they get the things that our children get. And because we're so caught up, because we don't have that outside education ourselves, all we know how to do is teach our children how to do is work. That every generation we seem to far further and further behind. So it's immediate that we need to take our children out from outside of other communities to source our education.
Okay, all right. Brother Jake Shabazz.
How you doing, God? We talking about education, educare, right? To bring out. My father, I spent, majority of my time in the public school, you know what I mean? But I'm very thankful for my father that one of the things he always prided himself on was I taught my kids how to read and write. I want no school system about to teach my kids that. And a lot of the things that I've carried on as a man are things that I've learned from him. And a lot of the things that I feel like I'm a parent, if some of y'all didn't know that, but a lot of the things, brother was right when he said there's no reason that a teacher should know more about your child than you do, right? But that comes from, as another brother mentioned earlier, a lot of our kids now are being raised by TV screens, right? People aren't taking the time to actually raise their kids, right? To instill into them all that nurturing, that love, that knowledge of self that they truly need. You know what I'm saying, to grow, because they're gonna grow up, and even now, you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of us, a lot of us rely more. A lot of us will go to our phones for answers before we go to our parents and some of our grandparents. You know what I'm saying, and that's a problem. That's a problem to me, definitely. But yeah, a lot of it starts in the home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so we're gonna throw on going with regards to this, Brother Black. Environment. Environment. How do we improve our environments? And that's a lot with regards to environment. So your thoughts with regards to environment, claiming our environment, reestablishing our environments, improving our environments.
Okay, personally, well, I live in Jacksonville, so a lot of people would deem Jacksonville as very interestingly violent sometimes. And I stayed on every side of town, from the west side to the north side. I currently live on the south side right now, and I honestly say that people are going to have to learn, for one, and they're going to have to readapt to what's around them. They're going to have to identify the area that they're in and realize what's in their proximity, and that's all community. But on the south side, the community is a mixed bag. All of my neighbors are either Puerto Rican, El Salvador, they're all Spanish descent. But lucky for me, I speak fluent Spanish. And you got to sit there and if I didn't speak fluent Spanish, I wouldn't realize that all of them don't care for me. Everybody just don't understand what's in front of them. But that actually brings me peace, because I can keep going about my day. None of them are changing anything in my life. But if I would want to get back to our people, which is usually like on the north side or places like that, but on the grand scheme of things all over this country, we're gonna have to realize that we be programmed against each other, not just the other races. Like, I know black people that feel like other black people, just by how they look and appear, will rob them, and they just as black as me, not knowing that if the police stopped both of us, we would both have a hard time. We have to break out of that. That's very dividing and conquering. As soon as we realize that we are harmless to each other and we start communicating, communication is the key. And stop all of the disarray, because disarray start off small and becomes really big. We will be back together like a manifold, and a manifold is nothing but a combining, just like this is a manifold. It's togetherness.
All right, Brother Max.
The environment is only the people.
Oh,
Love. To improve the environment, which is the question you asked, we need love. And lots of it. Because we're at a height of division, period. We're at a height of division in all aspects, whether that be religion, whether that be within races, whether that be within nationalities, whether that be within self. Like, we are at a point of dividing times. So we just need to improve our environment, no matter where that environment is, no matter whether you are in Jacksonville, whether you in Savannah, because it's turmoil, chaos, and it's everywhere. We need love, simple, and lots of abundance of amounts.
okay. Brother Jake Shabazz.
Yeah, like brother just said, definitely improving on the love network around you, right? Learning how to remove that negativity out of your environment, whatever that may look like. A lot of it, a lot of people don't like to hear it, but you know what I'm saying, if it's a family member, recognizing the difference between a relative and a family member, you know what I'm saying? You can be blood related by blood, but they still not family, you feel me? But friends, co-workers, right? Removing those situations around you, because you can't heal in the same place that you hurt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely take a moment to introspect, to look within. You know what I mean? You'll start discovering without everything that's around you that's causing the situations that you in.
All right.
That's my piece.
Brother Malik.
Brothers, I'm kind of upset with y'all. I didn't hear nobody say anything about our natural environment, about Mother Nature. The planet Earth belongs to the black man. We should be
Right.
the leaders in recycling and taking care of the planet and cleaning up the planet. How many black recycling companies do we have? When it comes to our environment, you know, how often do we go out with our little lawnmower and try to help the lady that can't cut her grass? How are we actually trying to prove the state of the natural environment? You know, there's one thing to change our minds and to change our hearts towards each other. That can be done because we're human beings with the same capacity. But I know y'all boys got an auntie right now or a grandma that need her grass cut. If it ain't your auntie, your grandma might be your neighbor or an elderly neighbor. So how are we actually taking care of the environment? Are you responsible with your trash? You know, this may sound like some type Planeteer stuff that you was on in high school, but that stuff is actually beneficial. And like I said, the planet Earth belongs to the black man. So we should be the leaders in taking care of this planet. Fortunately and unfortunately, when I look at ocean cleanups, I rarely see us. And that needs to change. How often do we go clean up the rivers and the lakes in our cities and in our towns? We actually have to do something to take care of them. If we are black men, if we are black people, if this is our planet Earth, if we are the mothers and fathers of civilization, we got to do some cleaning up, literally, of this earth. Pick up some trash. You know, I might have say something one time. I was riding in the car, and they say somebody threw some trash out the window. They say you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that at the town center, but you'll do it in your own community. You know, reflect on that. How often do you throw trash out your window? You know that stuff is actually harmful to the environment. I know y'all remember them commercials back in the day where you seen the 6-pack that was hung around. You know, how responsible are we with our trash? Do we know how to decompose things? And I just want to stay there, and that's how I'm starting my topic. With environment, we have to act.
All right, yes, sir.
I see.
And so we have Ak join us. Ak, what's going on?
What's going on, P?
We are now having a conversation about environment. How do we improve our environment? How we reclaim our environments? What do we do to uplift our environment? So your thoughts on that?
First of all, how y'all doing today?
Man.
All good.
Good.
Doing all right, man.
I feel like in order to improve our environment, we gotta respect it, but it's a self-respect thing, right? So by job, but like my passion is also working with youth. I'm a teacher, so you'll see respect of environment from students who are raised from that cloth, but there's also the environment around me. So I work in what they call I work around the way. Right? So I'm from Southeast DC. I work around Southeast DC. And if you know anything about that, then it's like quote unquote low income, kids at risk and everything. But it reflects that, and it reflects the mentality too. So you'll see kids like who I teach middle school, right? You'll see middle schoolers who who are exploring their senses of self-respect in terms of like some of them will be able to have the latest fashion, but you'll still see them destroying property that's not technically theirs, but is theirs, right? You have a laptop that was given to you for free, but you're destroying this property, right? That's a part of your environment. It might not be your natural environment, but it's a part of your environment. So destruction of our own property, destruction is like destruction of ourselves, destruction of resources, destruction of our tools. We reclaim that by teaching the youth like to just love your environment. Lead by example.
Looks like Ahmed going out. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to another break and we come right back. This is Run Tell That with Brother Jake Shabazz, Brother Black, Brother Austin Malik, Brother Jabril, Brother Max. We are here. Run Tell That.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
We are back. This is Ron Tell That. We said everyone share. Excuse me. We have with us Brother Black. And as I said, some other brothers, but then some of them disappearing, coming in and out. Again, Brother Austin Malik, Brother Jake Shabazz in the house. And so now we're going to come to this one right here. One of the other E's that we throw out to folks, esteem. What does it mean to have a proper esteem, and how do we reclaim? How do we reinvigorate? How do we build esteem? And again, it's not just for self, but again, we talk about self, but then also our collective esteem. Brother Jake Shabazz.
The collective esteem, how to build that confidence, and you said not in ourselves, but in our community.
No, I'm saying all of it. I'm saying, yeah, because we are some total of it. So it's us,
Yes, we
but
are.
then also it's expanded with regard to the collective also. So yes.
Okay, yeah. So just like I teach my sons, teaching them how to learn to see themselves in another black man, another black sister. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that can go, can do magnitudinous, if that's the right word. Things for the esteem of a child seeing themselves in their community, because a lot of us, like someone mentioned earlier, we don't have that love, right? You don't see me in you. How could you love me and you barely love yourself? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that go into that, but definitely that's one of those seeds, one of those small seeds that can be planted early. Yeah, that's it. That's my word.
All right. Brother Black, we talk about esteem. How do you reinvigorate? How do you uplift? How you elevate esteem? That again, the individual, but then also the collective esteem. Because again, the individual is a part of the collective. So how do you see, what are the measures that you see has to be done with regards to that?
Well, this happens to be one of my specialty categories because I am a brother of the sun. I am my mother's blackest child, and we're all black. And when I was a child, she told me, "Son, black is the most beautiful color on this universe. This is where all colors come from." My mother's from Green Cove. That's outside of Jacksonville in Clay County, and that is the definition, the epitome of the dirt road. And all they do is fish, family, and go to church. And they call men pretty out there. My mother been calling me pretty ever since I was a kid, and that took me a long way. I love myself, and that's on a self-esteem basis. But with that love that you have for yourself, and that goes back to what Max said, love is the healer of this world. You sat there and you be an example. People see you doing everyday tasks. That brother is working hard, but he loves himself. That brother is traveling to work, but he look like he loves himself. He has confidence. He exudes himself. And that example, it'll be soaked up by the eyes of children, and it will be adhered to the ears of man. It's that simple. So you can't, if you want to see esteem in the community, you're gonna have to have self-esteem for yourself, because as time progresses, people are gonna see you for who you are. And if you step outside, they're definitely gonna see you. So what are they gonna see? They're gonna see a brother that's a bum, or they're gonna see a brother that's a king. They're gonna see a brother that got some esteem. They're gonna see a brother, they probably don't even know what he does, but he put together to the point where, well, at least he has a plan. He got his belt on. He got something that identifies him as a member of society.
Okay. Brother Max, esteem. How do we reinvigorate it? How do we elevate it? How do we rebuild it? How do we reclaim it? What do we do to infuse it, to maintain it for self, but then also for the collective?
I heard one of the other brothers say something about loving yourself. How can you love another brother when you love yourself? Like, also, like I stated like earlier, love would be that way, but also some type of self-respect, some type of self-worth, something that I feel that but our youth and oftentimes lack due to the fact that they rather call themselves crash out, like things of this nature, to where I feel as if the self-respect of us as a people, as a culture, for generations under us, isn't the way for anyone else to even look at us with any type of esteem or astute. So,
All right. Brother Jabril, esteem. How do we uplift it? How do we bring it back? How do we restore it? How do we maintain it? Individual and also for the collective.
I think first we'd have to remove people from a state of lack, because in these environments that we live in, we live off scarcity. So it's plenty of esteem. Esteem meaning respect and admiration. It's just for things that aren't conducive to life. But the esteem now is like brother said, for being a crash out. So if I'm 15 years old and I can get my hands on a Glock 9mm with a switch on it, I have plenty of esteem in my community, even as a 15-year-old. So I think that when we can give people more resources to do more, and there's more there's a positive encouragement towards things like adding value to the community versus how much of a demon or how much how much activity you can achieve in a destructive aspect, then the culture in the community will change. But I think now there's plenty of esteem now. It's just it comes from the wrong areas. It comes from a source of negativity, of lack. So there needs to be a mind shift where the esteem comes from a source of value and abundance.
Malik, Brother Austin Malik, esteem.
This is big. I had a platform when I ran for freshman class president, and it was HELP. It was HELP. The P stood for poise. As I was listening to all my brothers speak, I was thinking about a book that I'm reading now. It's called The 12 Rules for Life, Antidote to Chaos. One of the 12 rules for life is to stand up straight with your shoulders back. And I want to make that personal, and I also want to make that for the collective as well, too. I'm pretty sure we've all heard, like, you can't stand up with a bunch of people who are ready to sit down. I'm gonna say that again. You can't stand up with a bunch of people that's ready to sit down. So we have to stand up straight with our shoulders back as a community and as a collective. That means standing up to our problems, standing up to the issues that we have. You know, it's one thing to speak out about the 15-year-old that has a Glock 9, but will we be willing to go take it from him? Do we know how to disarm him? Or not even disarming him physically, can we disarm him with the words that come out of our mouth, thoughts that circulate in our head? So we have to stand up straight with our shoulders back. Also within ourselves too, personally, fix your posture. Try standing up straight. Changing your posture can actually change your confidence level. Something as simple as working out. You go do a workout and you get some sunlight, you revitalize yourself. You can actually instill confidence within yourself, just within yourself. So maybe you need to go work out, or maybe you just need to fix your posture. When you're sitting down, stand up. When you're sitting down, sit up straight. When you're standing up, stand up straight. When you're shaking another man's hand, shake another man's hand firm. These are some simple ways that we can reinfuse esteem into our communities, because esteem is another word for esteem is confidence and valor and self-respect. So those two things. For a personal level, stand up straight with our shoulders back. For the collective, we need to stand up straight with our shoulders back as well too.
Okay, all right. Brother Jacob Shabazz.
Yes, sir. You want me to go again?
No, because I'm coming to you right now.
For esteem? I went.
Oh no, I'm coming. No.
What's up?
Let them finish.
I'm coming to you right now. What I'm throwing out there to each one of you, starting with you. What is the key to success for us as a people? What are your thoughts with God? Because you got 1 minute to give out. What do you think are the keys to success, or the key to success for our people, for our elevation. What you want to throw? 1 minute right now.
1 minute. Oh, that's not enough time, dog.
You gotta continue. That's why I came to you. I know that.
Enough time, dog. Self-love.
But just give a word of wisdom to the people. Okay, some word of wisdom.
Everything that we talked about today, self-love, definitely. Look at me rushing through it, man. Definitely self-love for sure. You know what I'm saying? Making sure as fathers, a lot of us are men. We didn't have no women on here, but that's all right. But making sure we raising our sons, you know what I'm saying? Making sure we in the lives of, if you see another family without a father, take on that role. You know what I'm saying? Like it won't kill you, it won't hurt you. You know what I mean? Spreading that self-love, spreading more positivity, things of that nature. Educating yourself on your history. That's about it. It's my word. Sorry, it ain't a minute, but there you go.
All right. So, Brother Black, what words, what wisdom, the keys you want to give out to the people?
What our people need is peace, prosperity, health, and wealth, love, and reciprocity. You know, that's the pillars of the foundation of recreating the Black community. And we need to reestablish that we are not against each other. That is a Willie Lynch construct that is being broken. If Cat Williams didn't say anything this year, he said some truth, and that truth has sparked and catalyzed everything that has to do with truth in everybody's lives. I don't know about yours, but it is mine. And the fact that I've been brought to you, brothers, for the last 2 weeks, that means that I am where I need to be, and you are where you need to be. That being said, God is the family. God is neither man nor woman. Man is only 120 degrees of knowledge. A woman is only 120 degrees of knowledge. And a child is only 120 degrees of knowledge. But those three things together make 360 degrees of knowledge. And knowledge is power. And the most powerful energy in this universe is love. So if we're going to restore the love, we're going to have power. And we ain't going to have no power without the man, woman, and child.
All right. Yes, sir, brother. Brother Jabril.
Our people need knowledge of self. Our people need a separate environment where we can heal from the traumas of yesterday. Our people need to be able to do for self and provide all of the products and services that a nation would need to stand on its own. Like, we need to get off the nipple of other societies. And so our people we need unity. Minister Louis Farrakhan says that our unity is stronger than an atomic bomb. So we have to come together. It's not something that we have Oprah, we have LeBron James, we got Tyler Perry, we got plenty of Black billionaires, but the inner cities of America, we still are suffering. So what we need is to come together and invest in our own selves and let other societies and other communities' agendas, let them be their agendas.
All right. Okay, brother Austin Malik.
Big up to my real. I got a few words I'm gonna share. It came from him. I learned this from him. Take risks and prosper. You ever wonder what the acronym TRAP means? It means to take risks and prosper. I got my own little acronym that I kept sharp in my mind, and it's tactics, techniques, routines and rituals, application, and power. Take risks and prosper. Remember your technique, apply your tactics, control yourself, and reclaim your power. That's how we trap. We ain't talking about drugs. Peace.
Brother Max, what we're doing right now, you got 1 minute to give some keys to our people, wisdom, insight that you want them to know. You got 1 minute to do that.
I would just like to ask a thought me and brother Malik was having earlier that I had shared with him. I think that there's
What's up, God?
There's a silent E, and that is eloquence.
Yes, sir.
That E there is silent because I believe not many people even know that word exists, let alone what it means, in all honesty. And that word, having eloquence about yourself, also will add it to every other E, because it takes all of those to even have that word eloquence. because you will have some type of empowerment about yourself. You will have some type of education about yourself. You know, you will have some type of economic stability about yourself. That all does in due diligence with eloquence. So, like, yes, sir. That's what I would like there. Peace.
All right.
Peace,
We appreciate the brothers. We appreciate the brothers. Glad, honored to have you brothers on here. This was a Run Tell That with Brother Jacob Shabazz, Brother Austin Malik X, Brother Jabril, Brother Black, Brother Max. We're glad to have you all. And we said check out all the shows on Our Black Media. And we sign out. We see y'all next week.
Hey, Doc, we ready for next week too, man. We ain't ducking that. And
Love you, Doc.
All right. Conversation
Love
about
you,
that.
Doc.
Okay.
Good seeing you.
All right.
Grateful for you, brother.
Like that.